Welcome to the on-air show. Today, with me having a band-aid on, and it's not with Mickey Mouse. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, then you gotta watch my latest reel, because what this band-aid has to do with projector offers, projector profitability, generator offers, and why projectors do not sell just a fucking band-aid for a symptom, but go deep with their offers and have the perfect solution for the real problem. This is not what we're going to talk about today, because this is what I talked about the last time, but I had to laugh so hard today. If you watch my stories, my mom is a money gen, for one, and she put me a band-aid on today, and I had to laugh, and I'm like, Mom, I actually want a band-aid with Mickey Mouse. Don't you have a band-aid with Mickey Mouse? And she's like, no, you don't need a band-aid with Mickey Mouse. I'm like, so I thought I'm going to share this story today on the live stream, where we are again on splenic time. It's like, today is full moon. Okay, but wow, I have a lot of things that I am observing all week long in this industry, among my clients, among myself, and this is what I talk about on Sundays. And so I thought, you know what? Let's lounge a little bit here, as I have plenty of lounge furniture now. My entire house is just existing of lounge chairs and chaise longues and all that. So until the studio over in the other room is finished, I thought, let's Sunday lounge, Sunday show day. Welcome, welcome. If you're watching me live, say hello in the comments, because it's us and I see you, and I am always very, I feel always very recognized as a projector if you are watching me, and say hello. And also, please share your design, your human design in the comments. I'm a projector 6'2", splenic, very, very spontaneous, and more existential in terms of, I just don't give a fuck. Whatever time it is, I know I'm on my best time for the best for you when my spleen says go time, right? So it is a little bit further away today, which is like, so I was thinking of pulling up the comments on my computer, but then I have to watch there, and then it's distraction. So I'm like, we just go with the flow today, right? Good to see you. Let me say hello. Serenity, hello. I love you. The conversations that I have, all of you, in my DMs right now about creating magic together is so beautiful. Thank you for the recognition that you gave me within the last 3 days of Invited and Beyond. It feels so good, and I hope you feel recognized as well. And some of you are new to my world here. Projector 24, what is your, hey Paulina, HD Lounge is also in the house. Emotional projector here. I'm glad to catch you live. Yeah, Oyali, and bonsoir. I saw that you're binge watching all my content. It makes me super happy. I highly recommend, if you love all my content, the invited class will blow your mind. So there is still today to get the access to the invited class for 97 euros. We will put it up to 297, because ladies, who was in there? I mean, 97 euros for the 3 days. I had no idea that this would come out of me. So it is a lot of value. And my ego says, no, we're going to blow it up. And this will be even, we add to that offer. So once you purchase this once, you just, the price is fixed. And then the next round I do, you don't pay more, but you're included in it. Yes. Hello, Justina. Hello, Nicolette. Hi. So today, Sarah is here as well, so I'm very, very excited. We're going to go into a couple of things around projector profitability. But this is not just if you're not a projector. I want to say, I feel there is a lot for you in there. Jessica is also here. She's my premium client. My premium is my 6-month mentorship, and what I'm talking about today, it's not just for projectors, but there's a little bit more the projector focus, because currently I am hosting projector events, and the stage is officially launching tomorrow as my signature program for projectors. And I'm so excited for all of you who are in conversations with me to join, and it's an honor. And just as a reminder, that the bonus call that you receive when you sign up by tonight ends tonight, the invitation, right? So if you feel the vibe with the stage and you want to join, then you will receive the bonus call when you join tonight. If you join later, you join, and we have the group calls. That's totally fine too. I have an incredible idea for all of you who are interested in the HD Lounge. Like, I will announce it a little bit later, so stay tuned. It's gonna be, you will be so happy. So happy. My screen said, yeah, we're gonna add this to it, So projector profitability. Why did it came up? Because I see a lot of coaches out there that are selling this. The Band-Aid. You remember the Band-Aid solution? I tell you, the true profit. In today's live, I will talk about that one thing that I changed in my business this year. Now, it's not this year, like last year. This year is, I kind of sometimes feel it's still 2020, what was it, 22? Now we're in 2023. Do we all have kind of a little bit of a time gap? It's going so fast, right? So whenever I talk here, this is just chit-chatting, and I'm not teaching. Like, it would be so fun for me as well if you engage with me. Yeah, say yes, or say me, yes, me too. Talk, okay? Would be so fun. And maybe there's also a surprise later coming on the show. I don't know, but I'm in the mood. I want to ask you also, how do you feel this full moon? How do you feel this full moon? So I will talk about profitability in the one thing. I did that one thing, and this is not just for projectors, but projectors in particular, because our aura mechanics work this way. And this goes against everything that all the other coaches are teaching out there, these generator coaches, for projectors in particular, but also for all of you energy types, manifestors, money generators, reflectors, who desire more smaller groups, who are actually not the vibe of, I want to build my empire, I want to create a mass movement, no, it's in my world usually it's more about, and tell me if you agree, it's more the intimate, it's more the exclusive, it's more the fourth line. Yeah, so this one thing has to do with that. Because what is actually profitable, what is scalable for a projector, it's not the people. It's not the people, So it's not the people. It's something else. And if you do that one thing, you will have more profitability for sure. Yes, exclusive. Yes, absolutely, Shamika. It is definitely, the January was half a year, right? And this speeds up more and more. And I want to give a little bit of a energy update, which I usually do inside of my spaces. The energy right now is a little bit, it's illuminating a lot. So this weekend, and especially these 3 days in Invited, tell me, ladies, all of you were in it. Most of you who are on were in Invited. It illuminated, it brought light into, so the reason why it brought into all of the spaces that were not aligned, right? Illuminating energy. Sarah, yes, I know you said empire, exclusive empire. I would rather, so it's not the masses, right? It's quality. It's the quality of the people. It's not just people. We don't just want people. We want like the ones who, with my cognition, touch cognition, feel good. So illuminating energy. And so this full moon illuminated a lot for a lot of projectors inside, invited like a lot of things that you have been running your business like a generator and money gen. And this Leo, when you go back 6 months, it was July 28th. So you can go back, and it has, we are now in this full moon is in gate in the G center. In the G center in gate 7, which is leadership energy, which is identity of a leader. So for me, 6 months ago, I shifted my entire business. And some of you have sent me some feedback, and you say, you're not where I am now, and you cannot compare yourself to me. But I want to say that I have shifted my entire business from running it like a generator to fully correct and integrity with my mechanics as a projector, source-based, meaning original source information material since August and July. I started working with 2 projector mentors back then, and so for me, it felt like completely starting from scratch. And this is which is very, very important for me, because every client, I was sitting there, it is not about you have no business or started a business and then they're the ones who already are in business 3 to 5 years. I have clients, and one is actually maybe coming on tonight. She also was in the same programmed spiral of making multiple 6 figures per year and not in alignment. So we burned it all down. She closed every single thing in her business, started a new account, let go of 7,000 followers, and started completely from scratch. And that's the 2-4 projector, purely individual, that I talked about and the birthday girl invited. So everybody, welcome who is new here, just jumped on the live. Welcome here. Say hello in the comments. Let's show some social on social media. This is the on-air show. Every Sunday I'm here. The Sunday is show day, just so you know. So I just wanted to emphasize this really. So no matter where you are, and journaled and mind-blowing, yes, exactly. Wherever you are 6 months ago, it was a new moon, and it was definitely activation into a new leadership identity. And it is really important that as projectors, we are guides. We lead in a different way. We lead into the new era, especially when you are a 6 line. We're role modeling. Like, there's so many nuances that nobody is showing in this field. And I definitely declare and see myself as someone who models that for my clients. And there are not many projector coaches and mentors out there in this space that are integrity with design. And 6 months ago, I got invited to study deep source. Beforehand, it was human design, and it was all the ways that you could get access to it. But the moment I was in Ibiza, the moment I really, walked the dogmatic way, and people call me often very dogmatic and very strict and very narrow-minded when it comes to this. But I want to say here, there a couple of you are also very deep in design, and this moon really illuminates a lot where things don't feel good anymore. And when you got to ask yourself, really, with this leadership identity, the woman that you are, that you stand for, and how you take action, how you lead yourself through a decision-making process, through your demonstration to the universe that, yeah, I'm ready to step into this. Like, this is really a declaration, and then to hold that line, even though people will not recognize you for it, that takes a lot of courage. And this is Leo energy. the lion stands there and illuminates and takes up space, and it enters the stage without always roaring. There's just the presence of a lion, and this is, or a lioness, and this is for me this energy of this weekend. And I said yesterday, the fractal, once your mechanics are correct, the things shift quickly. So you don't imagine where you could be in 6 months when you make decisions now, fully trusting and integrity with your authority, and be your authority and not follow anyone else's authority. So if there's any area in your life this weekend, it shows what is not in integrity with where you want to go and what you want to be, who you become, and the identity that you are growing into, or actually reminding you are. This is what I always see. I say, you are already. This is showing you who is not in alignment anymore. And for me, it is clear. The mechanics give the answer. If there's no recognition, it's not worth giving attention. If there's no invitation, there is absolutely no question that there's nothing I give to, no guidance, no answer, nothing. It is so simple, and then my mind is clean and clear, and I have not so much to overthink. Is this my right step? Is this my right person? Shall I continue working with this client or not? If things shift, I shift, things rearrange around me, and this weekend illuminated a lot, that even if it is from my mind, the passenger is the mind, and the mind looks, oh my God, and it's the money, and it's the control, and it's the wanting to know, and maybe next month is a better month, or next month I have more money, or next month. There is no next month. If you're in integrity with design, with your authority, you have clarity today. Maybe not in the now because you're an emotional authority, but it's only about today. I don't know what I do tomorrow, and so I don't need to overthink it. I'm only making decisions now. So for me, this weekend was very clear. It's fucking simple. It's really fucking simple. Mechanics. It is just chemical. It is like I see it like these wheels that go into. So we don't have to woo-woo size it with manifestation and becoming a match. It's all in your head. You're going to drop in your body what feels good in your body and sit with that. And then what the mind says is like, you just go fuck you. I mean, the entire program, even from coaching and personal development and even human design, is so much, what is my chart and where are my blocks and what does this gate say and what is that? Can we just go back to our feminine lion energy and stand behind that, instead of tiptoeing around and, Dad, give me a roar, right? So if you resonate with it, give me some fire, some lion energy. Oh, the thing is that we can overcomplicate so many things. And this weekend, it got me so clear that when there is the mechanics and there is either recognition, it's worth attention, it's worth my time. If there's no recognition, it gotta go. I literally turn my gaze away and move on. So when I experience certain people, and even in my private life, when I live my design so dogmatic, so I take that shit seriously. And it is interesting because then you don't have to prove it anymore. So profitability in our business, and especially for projectors, has a lot to do as well with proving. There is too much proving energy out there in the online space, even in that you got to prove yourself that can do it alone, or proving your audience wrong, that you are right, or that you can do it in that way, and look at me, I can do it. There's a lot of this energy in this online space, and it's exhausting to even look at it. I cannot look at that. I don't. And then I'm bored. As a defined ego with a healthy ego, I'm just bored. Like, if you have an undefined ego, you have fucking nothing to prove. Nothing. Not even your clients that you're a good coach. Nothing. Nothing. How amazing is that? Can I tell you? The ego has to prove that it can hold the commitment that it is going when it's agreeing to a bargain. I love to work, like, I'm so fucking committed to every client who is in my spaces that it hurts my soul. It hurts my soul when I cannot make that commitment, because there's certain reasons why the client cannot join. Yeah, and I hold my boundaries, and I know there are certain things need to be in place. The invitation needs to be there. And if there's no invitation, if there's no recognition, I can very easily turn away. I don't have to prove that, because you have to bring it down, projectors, to that very simple thing, and all your sacrals. It is really for you to drop into your authority. And if the mechanics of your aura give you the information, your mind doesn't have to fuck around with it. And you know what? You release so much mental pressure, and you must so much not self out of your ego, out of your mind, out of your solar plexus, that you kind of feel so much when you say no, or when you let go of these people, or when you hold your boundaries, when there's too much not self impacting it. It is so fucking simple. No recognition, you don't get my attention, goodbye, I move on. And even if people, and when we go back to this proving, is that there's so many people out there that are waiting for you. So the more relaxed you are and let the mechanics work, that's why I said 6 months. I tell you, 6 months, and now I had the most successful, for me, 3-day event of my entire career. I really want to say that, because I felt so recognized from the majority of people, not everyone, to be honest, because just because people purchase a ticket to an event doesn't mean that they recognize you. Because there are certain things that, recognition comes with respect. I tell you why it is, so thank you. I tell you why it was successful, because it has nothing to do with the money. And at the same time, there was resources coming in such an effortless way that I want to tell you that it is, once you understand your mechanics, everyone can do it. It has nothing to do with how advanced you are in your business, how big your audience is, or whatever. I break it down in a second, but I want to come back to one thing. When it comes to profitability, you have to think of not only financial profitability, but what about your energetic profitability? Let me stay there for a while. Energetic profit. There's the money you make, and then there's the energetic profit. So there's the financial profit and the energetic profit. Have you ever heard of energetic profit? Because this is what nobody's talking about in this industry, that everybody's talking about how much money you make. Then there are not very much people who are actually talking about what it costs them. What is the opportunity? I mean, today's the fourth line day, which is amazing, because it's the opportunist. We talk about opportunity costs. So what are the costs that you actually also have to pay when you receive money? For projectors is, and this is the energetic profit, there's the financial profit, but then but then there is the how much does it drain you profit? How much success do you have profit? How bitter do you feel with this client? How much do you actually feel recognized compared to the money that you receive? So there she is. Hello, Doreen. I was already talking like maybe she comes on. There she is. So nobody is talking about this, you know? So see, Doreen is a very correct projector. Comes in and she doesn't only says hello, but she also says hello to everyone else. So the energetic compensation never can come from a client. How about this? The energetic compensation never comes from a client. It actually should be there and come from a source that is not your client, because then it's still looking for validation and recognition from the client through the work. There is a recognition in our okay. Doesn't matter. Hello, Sabrina. Hello. Good to see you, another projector. Sabrina, I had to think of you, just as a side note, because the photos popped up. Happy, so happy to, your birthday is coming up, right? And so I'm going actually to Milan on the 23rd. Remember 2020 when we met in Milan? So I will be hosting a VIP day again in Milan. So that I will spend there a couple of days, and some VIP days in Munich as well. So I'm very happy to have them back. So if you think this is incredible, my darling, then I say watch the invited class. The 3 days of invited gonna blow your mind, but we're gonna take it even further in the stage and the HD lounge. These both spaces are where my ego is so pumped to work for. I mean, these 3 days were already like the warm up, and the big party gonna happen in the stage and also continues in the HD lounge. And everybody here who was sitting with a desire to join the HD lounge, because I said there is a bonus one-on-one call when you join the stage by tonight, I decided I'm gonna also give everybody the opportunity to get on a call with me. When you join the HD lounge, we're gonna have an onboarding call. So on Friday already Nadia joined the HD lounge, and a couple of joined the last week. So I wanna host an onboarding call if you join the HD lounge by tonight. I know a couple of you were talking with me, so that is my ego will to support you even more, to get started and get going. And then the first workshop we're going to have in the HD lounge is the offer atelier. I know projectors create different offers, and generators create different offers, manifestors create different offers, and I'm so pumped to create this offer atelier workshop for all of you who are in the HD lounge. If you're not in the HD lounge, you can join, because it's the best place to be. And then the stage is the bigger container. But back to the other important things that I want to say, but I had to bring that out as a yes. So Paulina, when you're in the stage, we not only have the offer atelier, we do that over a couple of weeks and go even bigger and deeper into each offers. So it's kind of not the atelier, it's kind of the entire warehouse of it. So both spaces are amazing, but in this stage we also have the more time together, and you get me in. If you want to talk to me every day in the chat, in the group chat, the stage is definitely the place to join. Yeah. Jessica is also on fire. She's in premium. We also have the daily group chat. I love our conversations. So where was I? I was talking about energetic profit. right? Energetic profit. So everybody is talking about, scale your offers, make more profit, get more people in your spaces. But they're the people that bring in money. But for us projectors, recognition is the most important thing. And I want to say that the recognition is often a fake recognition. A fake recognition feels good because you feel seen. Like people visualize you. They see that there's a human, that you are out of flesh, and they maybe make you a compliment. And then, perfect. And then you have the feeling of, okay, is there anyone out there who looks behind that human flesh vessel, right? This is for projectors because this is what we do. We go into it. Money gens and generators, they just stake on the surface, and this is okay because they're here to respond, and their aura is embracing, and we love a good hug. We really love a good hug, and I love to be around my sacral clients who are so happy and so feeling so satisfied. It's the best feeling, yeah. And there is such a gift of this looking deeper, going deeper. And when we have the energetic profit in offers, where you have both, you have this amazing work, you have amazing income coming in, and then you have also this amazing recognition for the deep work where you don't have to hold back, and you just work with these amazing people in your way where you don't have to hold back. This is the best feeling, yeah, when you just can be yourself, and you can be just no filters on. And I know for myself that if you put the filter on in your marketing, in your selling, in the way how you show up on social media, and don't dial that up all the way like you do, bring that part that you do with your clients behind the scenes right there in that form of nothing to prove, not even to emphasize how deep your work is, the energetic profit will always feel off. Because actually you want to do this, and then on social media there is so much proving again. So when I say you don't have anything to prove, how would you show up? Now we have this lion energy. What if you show the world, all of you, then what? Like you do in your everyday, without overthinking. And this overthinking is actually this little moment where this filter comes on. And I had in that, from my side, in recognition, in invited, from the part of recognition, I could see projectors who are willing to show up fully raw as they are, and energetically I could feel them and touch them with my touch sense, and I felt recognized even though maybe they were not talking to me. But then there also were projectors who chose to stay in the back row and just observe and maybe consume the class. And there I have to say there is the energetic profit is a little bit different. And for me, it felt interesting because there are people who pay you, and there are people who recognize and pay you and engage with you, and there's that. So it's just an interesting experience when it comes to the energetic profit, that you have to look at, where do you put your attention on? Is it the money? Then you got to only look at the money. But if you have an energetic profit, and which is important for the signature of ours, then I have to say the entire, what you put out there, impacts actually your mechanics, and that impacts both. So you can attract money, you can do the things, you can put the offers out there, and you can attract clients, and you have an experience like I have, and you have money coming, great. But then if you want to scale, and that's why I say it's so important, the profitability for a projector and scalable. Scalable is not an offer. Scalable is not the people. Scalable is not the money. Scalable is only your signature frequency. And that depends on your energetic profit and your feeling of success. And for me now, I just see the mechanics. I don't give it a meaning that people don't recognize or get in touch with me when they buy my offers. It's just what it is, because when you look at the mechanics, is there recognition? Is there an invitation? No, no. So I turn away, I move on, and I'm too busy. I'm too busy to do my thing. Yeah? But if you sit there and don't feel recognized, and you get overthinking, and you put so much energy, you give those people or your audience or even yourself, your not self, with overthinking and doubting yourself, so much attention and energy that the entire energetic profit is off. Instead of just turning around, head down, next thing. If you know what your next thing is, hopefully. You know about your offers and your systems and your channels and all the other things. I'm so fucking overthinking what I have to do, what will be my next step, and not know what I really want. Yeah, exactly. It starts with you create to create, and then you gain clarity because you create certain mechanism, and give you authority again, something to work with. But also, if you don't understand yet the mechanics of your aura and your authority, you will always look at it more than feel into it. That's mostly the thing. That there's always when you have an emotional authority, then you got to ride the wave, but the emotional authority is just a processor. It's actually an awareness center. You process information, you create awareness around what feels good for me, what does not, and you have to stay out of your fucking mind. That's the thing. This year will be the taste test, the precursor, the preview already what will be coming in 2027. And the air will be so light, and there will be so many things coming, and the energy will be, and the time will speed up so much. If you sit in overthinking, you get lost in it because you spiral out and you don't have the feeling that anything actually moves forward. But the time spirals faster and faster, and your mind goes faster and faster, and then there are certain global events happening. Is all why I say knowing what's coming in 2027 is so important. This is why I do the 2027 classes, so that you are prepared, and only the ones who are really anchored, rock solid in their authority, even saying that, okay, I'm gonna finish this first, and I'm gonna do this later, and gonna do that. It's your choice. Yes, it is your choice. And I always believe that I'm so existential. I don't even know if I have my coaching business next month. So if you want to work and finish certain things first, great. I don't know if I'm going to be here then. So I'm now in this, okay, I want to work with this mentor now, I'm going to hire them. I'm going to go on this trip now, I'm going to go on this trip. Because there is no fucking choice. There is no fucking choice, says Ra as well. We have the program runs either you, or you see the program and you work from your authority. So most people are not living their type and their design correctly. And so there will always be a spiel ball from everything from the mind. When you look at these things, like this is the year of the invitation, that's what I said. If someone comes to me next month and offers me a whatever, $500,000, invites me to go into a 500K bargain with someone to guide them and travel with them the world and be the, it's a CEO of a company, and I'm gonna go into the company, and this is what we projectors are designed to do. we are guides. So if someone kind of hires you to restructure their entire team, for example, then you got to feel into your authority. Is that the thing that you want to do? And I am definitely open to just make decisions in that moment, and everything else, what I'm doing right now is just preparing me for a fucking bigger invitation. They get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. This is my perspective on life, because I have possibility view, and I see possibilities, and I with desire motivation is super clear. I desire more. I am really in this leadership role, this Leo energy. I want to only work with women who want to go big now, not waiting, and men as well. And when there comes an invitation, it's this and better, and only in the now, because I know life can throw you curveballs, and it is, like Ross said, it's so ridiculous. It's over so fast. And people are sitting and overthinking. And then when you look back to your life and say, yeah, I was a great overthinker. I mastered overthinking so well. You have it engraved on your grave. She was the best overthinker. She mastered her mind. She had the plan of her life, and she fucking did not live any of that. So what do I do? I just live it. And I have so many amazing clients who are with me, and life is now, press play. So I got even asked, like, do you do a next round of stage in April? I say I cannot answer this question. It would not be in integrity with my authority. I don't even know if we have electricity next month. So even if I say yes, of course I want to do another round because it's my signature offer, and I have a fucking big vision for that stage to bring more projectors into their bigger stages. Do we know if the internet is still on? I don't know. So, because certain things are coming, right, Doreen? The blackouts. So, for projectors, I tell you, what you put attention on to, there or here, that's where your profit is coming from. It's the shortcut. It is the shortcut. And so the thing, when I said, I have shifted the last 6 months, and that was the most successful class I've taught, and how it came together was actually not my social media. It was not a strategy. It was not a marketing strategy. It was my strategy, understanding my own strategy and my own authority and the mechanics of it. So when I say 6 months back, I had none of this. I had no idea. It was that I finally focused on my system and my channels and my centers, and started focusing only on that, and everything else in my business I cut off. Spleen said no, 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 no. So if you want to become more profitable in your business, then I'm going to tell you one thing now. This is so important. Look at where is your most attention, not on your business, but in your life. Observe yourself. Where do you spend? Where do you invest most of your time, energy, and attention on? This is what you grow. This is where you pay money in every day. If it goes in here in your mind, I don't know how you can bank on your mind. If you pay too much attention on other coaches and compare yourself, there's no ROI, return on invest, on them. They don't pay you back. They don't give you coaching for free. You receive nothing, right? You just waste lifetime, you waste energy, and your mind goes out in spiral of comparison and not feeling good enough. And then this, I have to prove something. I gotta keep up with them. I have to do it their way thing, right? So the thing is that in the attention and the profit, bank on the mind is education. So education, if you really want to invest in education and as a projector, really get very knowledgeable about becoming a correct projector. So this is, that's the only thing. And education in, yes, building your business, yes, getting better at your skills, yes, yes. That's important. But when I mean every day and you give it an overthinking, then there's not so much return of investment, right? So the learning, worrying, sports. Okay, where's the attention on your business? Where's the intention on creating? Where's the intention on living, on your system, studying that, and sharing that with the world? This is where your attention should be. And when it comes to offers, then I'm going to tell you, this is what I see with most of my clients. When you have your offers, then what I see most projectors are doing, pouring their biggest potential, their biggest genius, their biggest gifts, the biggest potential that they have based on their design into the least profitable offers. So where your biggest potential is with all of your attention and your heart and your soul, usually I see is too much attention on the people in the spaces that make you the least profit. How does this feel? And often this space is also social media. That is also. So, where should your attention then go if you want to make more profit? Where are your high ticket offers? Where's your premium positioning? Where's your pulling back and not being so much online? A projector is actually way more potent the less present they are, because it's about the intentionality and not about feeding an algorithm. So what shifted for me 6 months ago is that I said, okay, I'm going to take the attention away from the spaces where I love the clients and I love all the things, but I have to be very in integrity with my energy and with everything that I know here to do with my definition, and that has to be in a different space. That has to be in a higher compensated space. It has to be with less access. So this is, I know a lot of you hear that, and we got to change that and create. That is why the stage will be mainly about premium positioning. Premium positioning, premium. Projectors are here to stay premium and not blend into the masses. Attract higher level clients who really recognize you and bring the biggest attention to the main spaces, which is one-on-one, which is bigger mentorship spaces, which is, bigger reach spaces, and then everything else, which is smaller, is just broadcasting naturally into lower spaces. That is one thing, So, fucking gold, yeah. So ask yourself if it's profitable, if it's valuable for you that you put your attention to the other spaces. So if you want my eyes on your chart and on your business to tell you which spaces we could create that are more aligned with your chart, that is the golden key for your next income jump. But not only money-wise. It is really about the mechanics. And this is what shifted this year. last year for me, so that this 3-day event was one of the most profitable, but also energetically how it came together, not working. So it was so effortless. And the way how it worked was I focused only on my system. I only focused on my mechanics and let them work. And the support actually came through my fractal. The people came in through my fractal. So these 3 days brought in 98% new clients that have never met me, never worked with me. So it's a myth that you have to show people you offer 7 times. It's a myth. Even today, someone purchased the class, and the class is 2 days ago, and she's mind blown. And this shows that once the fractal is open, once you understand that I actually do not know that people, that most projectors understand really mechanics until you reach, Doreen, you can maybe agree with me. It has to land in the body in a certain way, and that you go like, oh, this is too good to be true. It is too good to be true. Yeah. And the correct fractal opens not by you putting more attention and things on and invest into what brings you the client, and what putting more attention and energy in posting and algorithm and hashtags and etc. It is important, the quality of your post. It should represent your system. It has to be marketed through the recognition comes through your channels. Absolutely, they have to recognize you for what you want to be recognized for, and not just visible, not seen, like exactly that. But to be honest, for me, that only was possible because, not because of the ones who I tried to sell something. The result of this 3-day event was not because of my effort, not because of the people I sold them something. I barely sold that 3-day event. It came based on the help of the mentors that I hired that helped me correct my fractals and my mechanics. And this is really deep design integrity. And this is the foundation. That's why I say I changed everything. And I cannot imagine what the next 6 months gonna bring, because now even more people coming in. This post that I put up yesterday, I looked at the statistics, and I cannot believe it. I put up the statistics on my Instagram yesterday. What is it here? I believe you are correct with mechanics because I found you because I was looking for someone to show me how to be a projector. Yes, Amber. And thank you for being here. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm very honored to have you invited. And, it's about understanding and showing to be a correct projector, and then becoming someone. One takes a lot of big courage and cleanup of a lot of things in your life. And this is not just the business, but it starts in our context is the business, but the work that I do with my clients has a lot to do with the lifestyle, the entire lifestyle. I mean, how do you communicate this also to your people or even your mentor if it's not a projector, your mentor, they cannot serve your mechanics, period. And I do work with not projector mentors as well, and I have to really be very discerning in that. Doing a lot afraid. Yes, absolutely. Amber, we have not been continued our conversation. Yes, because you said you thought you have to change your entire business. Yes, you do. If you want to take this shit seriously. It's not embodiment. No, there's no word like embodiment in source-based language. You're either correct or not. You understand and live your motivation or not. You're either feel success or you're so sour. You're welcome. Yeah. This is just free content. I mean, that is nothing. This is as a second line. It's like, yeah, cool. For me, for me, it's amazing that it impacts you. Yes. So if you really, the spaces that I create, the bigger ones like the HD Lounge or the stage, is really only for the ones who want to step it into serious work, into really serious work. And I'm very aware of that. And I'm very aware that this is not for everyone, and I have to be okay with that. And that is sometimes a challenge for me. It is a challenge because as possibility view, as I want every projector be super correct in their design and successful. And I totally know. I mean, how many conversations I had with so many projectors say, you know what, I have invested in these other coaches and now realize it doesn't work. And I say, yeah, I've been there too. And even like at the end of the last year, I invested in certain things where I'm like, no, it was back then and a decision from my not self. And I have to be okay with that because now I know better, and now I'm just doubling down on that. I want to be in 6 months at a place where it's even better, and for my clients as well. And this is what I commit to. This is really the most important thing. And so it is only about the mechanics. And this is nothing that you can learn from free content, because that requires for a projector an official invitation, and that invitation always has to come with compensation. That's important. So what is an invitation, and how we know that this is a correct recognition? It is so versatile. There's so many facets to it. And when it comes to offer creation, for example, then this is even more for a projector important to understand that just because coaches tell you this is how you scale your business, this is how you make more profit, they actually don't recognize you for really, they can't. A sacral coach cannot recognize you truly for a projector gift. It is mechanically not possible. If they're not in design, it's not possible. And don't say that your coach is bad or that they don't do a good job. Absolutely not. I'm just speaking design. And you have to be aware of this. If you're a projector and you know about human design, you have one foot in the old program, and you're building your business on cards. Because all these in my world, you build your business based on the new paradigm, and that looks different. And when you enter this stage, for example, it means I'm full on in. I want to bring everything into correct spaces, and I do understand that it looks different, but it feels so much better in the long haul. And there's no one out there. And so I even was today listening to a generator coach, and she was saying wealth is the freedom of choice. Have you heard that? Wealth is the freedom of choice. And the entire image that this industry gives about success and money is very much based on that only, on money, on cash, on luxury items, on experiences that you can do. And then a certain feeling of freedom and power and confidence, and yes, because I have the freedom of choice that I can jump into a plane and go to the Bahamas, and that I don't have to overthink it and don't have to ask my bank account. This is what the industry promotes as success. And when projectors then read about their design, that my design says my signature is success, but it is actually not that what design is, then it is a big, really a trauma kind of for the self-image of a projector. in that industry. And I was sitting there and observing this coach. And I'm like, she was talking about that wealth and why she wants her clients to have money is because that those clients then don't have to choose, that they can buy the most most expensive items or jump into the plane or choose the concert tickets in whatever row and don't have to stay in lane and look at the clock when the tickets get sold to get a ticket, you know. And I thought, and she said, this is the freedom of choice. And I had to laugh. I really had to laugh because like even yesterday I was listening to Ra and it said, there's no fucking choice. It's just the program. And the program, the wheels turn. The doors are already closing. So my question is, what do these people do if there's no choice? If there's, I mean, we had a little bit of a feeling what was as the lockdowns were, right? How many people, like the mental illness in this industry, the mental pressure, the depression, the disordered eating, the alcohol, nobody wants to talk about that part of the industry, right? So this compensation, this numbing out of emotions, of money fear, of insecurities, how about that? Where's there the wealth? I'm getting a little bit aloof here now on my sixth line because I've been there. I had a six-figure month. I chased that golden whatever unicorn thing. And no matter how much money you make, you always feel pressure to make more because what if you make less? And what if this client falls away? And what if whatever people tell about you if you don't, you know, there's always this, okay, now I reached and checked that mark. Now more people should hire me because I am actually now that successful coach, right? And then it's still this proving energy. It's still this proving energy. So if Raz is so right, Raz will say, if it all falls away, take the money away, take the concerts away, take all these luxury items away, then what? What is wealth then? How free do they feel? If you have nothing to choose, then where's your wealth? If wealth is freedom of choice, but everything is taken away that we got to choose, then what? So if that is the program and it's the holographic universe and it's actually just the movie, Ra calls it the movie, I pull up my popcorn. I don't have popcorn, I have juice. I don't like popcorn because I'm cold thirst. Popcorn is just so dry. I cannot stand it. So if there's no, hello Claudia, if there is no fucking choice, then I gotta say, I just wait and see what they're gonna do. But you know what? There's certain black holes that will always be there, and then there will be people who will always be drawn and sucked into the money hole. And then there will people who really feel free, because if everything is taken away from you and I take all your money from the bank account, will you still feel free? Will you feel self-confident? Will you go and stand up the next day and go like, okay, I'm going to build it again? Who is that? I'm going to do it. Because there's no choice. If you live your design, if you live your purpose, it's not about the money. So what is it? Go deeper. Be in integrity with that. Yeah. And I know we're going to build our community. We're going to live on a farm. We're going to have a dog and a cat and a pony and chicken. And we're going to grow our foods because everything else will be full of AI and full of poison anyways. Yeah. So don't worry about the next car that you're going to drive. Go and buy a house of land. I'm going to tell you. But this is what we're going to talk about more in the 2027. And then people say, I'm too dogmatic. Sounds so chilled. Yeah, it is really. It is really. Yeah. But I cannot, I will never convince anyone. It is just, there's this, this moment where I have to decide, okay, I look at these things, but I let my mechanics, I'm so disciplined now that I say, okay, let's make it easy. You cannot save people. I'm not a fifth line. We have understanding about design. Our authority is here to save us. That's it. That's it. And the entire, that's been my vision for a long time. Yeah, I know, a lot. And so I'm here to make projectors successful in their design. That's what I love to do. And one thing there was one point I wanted to talk about. I kind of land dog chicken. I would say land dog chicken and a pool, a jacuzzi, a spa, you know. I'm gonna have these things. But I want to say it's very, very, very intriguing to get sucked in the mind control. And if you're not aware, and I think not many projectors are aware of how much there's still programming. I had to think of you, Doreen. For example, Doreen had shared her face mask. Doreen, you shared that you had the face mask on and you hate to put it on with fingers. Doreen, can you tell me your cognition, your sixth sense? Because mine is touch. And she said, you know what? Here's a pro tip. Put on the face mask with a brush and intuitively feeling. Yeah. So intuitively, my body went like this. So right now, I'm at a level of integration of design where my touch cognition is so dominant that, no joke, it felt last time I had to, it reminded me of this movie where you can touch a book and people get, these visions and the information. This is actually touch cognition. That means when I touch something, I do not just have the experience of the of the fabric or, the surface, or is it cold or not, or how does it feel. I also receive information. Where is this coming from? Who made this? Who touched this beforehand? What was the entire, like, if it is a piece of a table, and if it's wood, then I know I can literally feel the tree and the wind and certain things that this tree experienced or whatever, And it is the same with people. When I'm in touch with people, when I'm in touch with my clients, I receive information on a sensory level that you have no idea. Even when I'm in touch with certain people on the internet and they talk to me, but I receive information that go beyond that, and I know that they're not telling the whole truth, or they're kind of hesitant to talk fully truthful, to, like, all these things is so interesting. So as Doreen shared, it's a better feeling. Yeah, and by the way, if you have feeling cognition, then you enter the room and someone had a discussion beforehand, and they pretend to be everything is okay if a couple, is kind of had a fight, and then they enter the restaurant and they think, oh, we had such a lovely couple, and you go like, I can feel in the air that there was a fight beforehand. This is feeling. Yeah, it's not just, oh, I feel good. It's you can feel the air. And for my touch is, if you're in touch with me, I receive more information than you think. So feeling and touch is actually the ones you cannot fuck around with, especially not as a projector, and come up with any excuses or something. So now I really know who's not telling me the entire truth, and it is so interesting because you can go like, interesting. Okay, I hear something, but I get more information. It is really interesting, and I had to remember that. Hello, goddess. Yes, I feel everything. In-person sessions are going to be powerful with you. Yes. So I do have in-person sessions coming with in Munich and Milan. And where are you, Ash? Where are you? So where are you located? come to Europe. We're doing touch cognition. So as you know, when we say see these influencers in terms of, put the pin, do it in Prague. Okay, Prague is beautiful. Prague is so beautiful. I've never been there, but it is so beautiful. But you can come to Munich. It's not so far. So Munich VIP in-person days would be an amazing thing. I also have the best hotel. In 2 weeks I'm back there. I love that penthouse so much. But what I want to say to finish that story, and it's such a great example for business. Doreen wants to have not the stuff on her hand. She wants to feel it in a different way. And so she likes the brush on her skin more than her fingers, because it's like this. And for me, it was like, I cannot, no, there is a barrier. There is a barrier when I put that thing not on my hands. I eat with my fingers. I want to be even more in touch with people. That's why I'm shifting more into personal, in-person things. I know in my, some coaches say, don't let people into your DMs only when they want to work with you, when they ask for the link. Like, I was trained by such a coach to respond, because that was a generator, and only people like clear boundaries and hard boundaries. But for me, with my touch cognition, I could not touch people. I could not get in touch with people. And it supports your cognition, supports your authority. It is so important. It is the precursor. It gives so much information to this. So if a mentor doesn't understand this about you, also the discernment between, hey, okay, what is my cognition? I guide every client, depending on the level, the closeness you are to do that. My private client even closer than others. But I am so aware that, is she receptive? Is she more focused? What is her view? What is her motivation? What is her cognition? So instead of just saying in my private chat, in my voice messages, what is your spleen telling you? How does it feel? There's so much also of the language about design that is so supportive, not only in business, but also in your entire life, with your partner or with his business, and how to communicate this. Like, it is so much bigger that this has impact on. And so I would never put face mask on with a brush just to close that story. Yeah, because I cannot feel it. I can't. And that's why it's so important for me to go live and have kind of this time beforehand to, I cannot even, at this moment, I cannot even know what I want to wear at night. I could not prepare better to be ready on time or whatever. But to own that and claim it and say, okay, I'm going to go live in that, it is a communication thing. And this requires a big ego, a big unattached ego, a big leaned back and anchored ego, a big ego that says, okay, if you're not joining the live and you're, or offended by when I say fuck or not or whatever, then so it is. Then it's not you're not on my fractal. You're not on my fractal, And at a certain point, it is really like, you've got to choose either me or someone else. Swaha, all is good. All is good. All is good. And I know it's going to be, you will show it. You will be shown. The movie is going on. We pull out the popcorn, and then 2027 is coming. Like I said it. Today I was sitting there with my mom, and I gave her some notes, because they always go like, no, you're too crazy. When you tell us these stories, no, that's a movie. No. And I'm like, okay, let's sit down. Let's write some dates for this year. Let's do some keynotes, the 15-minute. Have you heard of the 15-minute city? Have you heard of the 15-minute city? Yeah? No? Okay. Be aware. Will come. Important. Some other things, but this is all 2027 class style and class stuff. So, let me look at my notes. Okay. I wanted to recap. No, Okay, you can have it in your mind. A 2027 class, I will talk about this because it's important. It's all about, you know, everything. I just say one thing. I just say one thing on here because that's important. Anything that you think at the first, what, Aquarius energy this year will be twofold. It is a lot of technology, like there will be a quantum leap in humanity. Yeah. That means it is a big difference. Like you remember that there were Neanderthals, the Neanderthals, the guys who were Neanderthals, and then humanity made a big. That is, Paulina, it is human design. This is what Ra taught us. It's just that now I understand. I have a lot of information that I get drawn to. It comes to me. And so there is no the source. It's just I'm very aware, and I have people who I talk to that came through my fractal, but also the class that the resource that I study in Ra's material talks about that. And it is he got it in 1987. So it's already there. It's the program, it's the wheel. And I can translate. My transmitter spits it out into the words, and especially in the industry, and especially around money, there are people who translate it and transmit it into context of health. A friend of mine, she is a health coach, and she knows about health. So there's no conspiracy. It is no conspiracy. There is, and by the way, if you put these comments into my, if these words into my comments, that is actually not so beneficial for my algorithm. Just be aware, okay? Be mindful with that. Because they're watching, okay? And I don't want to get blocked or something. That's why I'm not talking about this here. So the thing is that Ra already talked about this, and now at this point, these months and this year, we will see a lot of things that suddenly come to the surface. That there was like a lot of things that you think like what, like there was no landing on the moon. There's no the center of the earth is not hot, like there are no dinosaurs, like all these simple things. This is just Mickey Mouse, this is just kindergarten. But if you go like, what, there was no landing, no man on the moon, no. But all the other things that I now know and study and re-listen, like, fuck, this is so true. And Ra talked about a certain disease that will kill people, and we're moving into a decline of immunity, because we're the last species on Earth that are like this. We have to, like, the mutation happens, and the contraction of the emotional center will contract so strongly after 2027 that the children that are born then with emotional authorities, they will have clarity in the now. They don't need to wait anymore. And so many things will be, it is, for the generation that come past us, it's going to be different. But the ones who really go on a trip are the ones now who have experienced a certain cross of planning, and with, especially around business and lifestyle, and also wealth and freedom and travel. We have felt it in 2020 when some certain things got restricted. Now moving it forward, it's going to be a very egocentric, very self-centered, very much monetary driven and fear driven, scarcity driven, controlling individual. It's the motivation is individual. It is like, I just care about me. There is no external authority that takes care of people, and if the people are not in their authority, they are lost. they are lost. They're going to get lost in the metaverse. They're going to get lost in everything that seems simple, like a simple pill, a simple way of making life easier. For example, Amazon just introduced paying with the hand. Have you heard this? If you haven't heard this, at least, yeah. So these things, like this is just one thing, and the why it's so important for me to empower projectors. Yes, it's growth, exactly. And I just want to encourage all of you, like whatever decision you make, don't waste it. Like this is the year of the invitation. You receive this invitation once, and then it's done. It's about keeping your head down, closing your eyes, making that decision, and not thinking about, I do this first, I gonna plan, I have time. I said the decisions are opening for the next 6 to 8 years, and that's it. So it's gonna be fun, and at the same time, yeah, I'm very glad that this happened. So I think we feel complete with the riff, unless someone pulled something out of me. Do you have one question? Do you want to ask me one question about anything? Other than that, I'm going to close it and give you a last, if you have a question, drop it below. Other than that, a last reminder, all of you who are interested or are now interested in learning more about the lounge, the stage as the visibility, marketing and sales activation 6-week one-on-one mentorship with me, then please send me a message. I'm gonna share more with you. The bonus deep dive call expires tomorrow. If you want to join that, then this, and if you want to join the HD lounge, I said I'm gonna add the onboarding call because that is fun to it. So a lot of invitations for you. Trust your authority. I know that this is for the iconic, so the stage is really for the iconic projector. If you know you're iconic, if you want my eyes on your business guidance and on your chart, then that is the place to work with me. Thank you so much. I wish you a beautiful rest of your Sunday and talk to you soon.